gosh, here it is, Sunday morning, and Regina's just a mess because I already started this video once, and then I got right to the part and then I noticed I hadn't started it. So we've just done all the countdown 2, maybe 3 times here. Anyway, welcome to Trans Voices of Love and Kindness with my co-host, Lara and Casey, and I'll bring them on in a minute. We got a little business to take care of, like subscribe to my channel, and remember to like it and ring the bell, stay notified, and I need to calm down. Let's do a deep breath. Just get relaxed because we're in for the duration. Here we are, new day, new time. And I had to get up early to do this at 10 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, because I don't like to just jump up and do things. I need a little time. And so we took a little time this morning and been sitting here chatting with the girls and not rushing. And then we start late. How about that? That's life. That's life with Regina. And so the other thing that we wanted to talk about is Raise Rose Coffee. I'm the proprietor, head roaster, head marketer, head everything. It's just a one girl operation, and it pays for everything on this that we do. And so go to my website, www.reyroast. It's scrolling across the bottom there. We've got really, really super good coffee. And, we do a lot of single origin varietals. My one big blend in history is the Queen's blend, concocted by none other than the Queen herself. And if you ever don't know what to get, because you can still get the King to choose for you. And it's kind of weird. The reason I say that is because the name is King. And so the King's choice is the King. So anyway, enough of that. I am going to bring Casey on first because she's going to talk about dreams into reality for a second. And hi, Casey.
There we go. Hi.
Oh, okay. Now it's fixed. Oh, we did something wrong there.
Yeah, I was it's actually the second one, not the first one. I went back and double checked. If you look in the chat, I fixed the link. It was I gave you the wrong link by accident.
Oh dear.
So it's the second one, the shorter one, not the longer one.
Okay. Well,
my apologies.
Yeah, we'll take that down before anybody copies it.
Yeah.
And edit it. And
I am the writer, editor, graphic artist for Dreams into Reality Comics, and pretty much just a kind of like an autobiography of my life in transition and how it affects the world around me, those I'm closest to, whether physically or emotionally speaking, and it's a nifty little bit, working on different stages of life, and go check it out.
Are you done talking?
Yep, I'm done.
Is that the right address now?
Nope. It's still wrong. We'll fix it later.
Oh my God. Anyway.
Yeah, it's fine.
So let's get the rest of the crew out here. She's reading. Lara, welcome. How are you doing?
Hi. Oh, I was just busy taking notes, trying to catch up to so I'm right here with you guys. So, hi, I'm doing great. I'm really happy to be here. What do I want to say quickly? I see you all. I love you all, and I hope you get something out of this show. I'm really excited for it. You're the reason why we're all here.
So as we're sitting here, I guess I need to watch the comments too. Are you watching? Since I don't know where. Did she ever show up?
I have yet to see her, but I will keep an eye on things too.
Okay. Well, that worries me a little bit. Hi, everyone. So, anyway, we got this show, and we're going to talk about: are we parked, or are we stuck? And I kind of look at this as like the way our lives are going, the way the world is going, the way everything is going. Are we moving forward? Are we sitting still, or are we in a rut? And so we can take this to be personally in our transition, in just our life, our spirituality, or we can move it up into our local community. Are we interacting well with people? Are we stuck in what we're doing, our jobs? Are we growing? And let's ponder this a minute. And before we get started talking, because everybody's saying hi, and I haven't taken the time to say anything to anybody in the chat room. And I don't want to, you guys are important. Everybody in the chat room is important to this conversation. And so Samantha Michelle, hello, how are you? I haven't seen you for a while. Barbara Ann, hi, sweetie. And Aubrey. I don't know if you all heard that. And there she is. And Aubrey, it's so good. Are you still in Austin, or have you gone to New York City?
New York City.
What do you mean? What the hell does that mean?
She's traveling. She travels a lot, doesn't she? Don't you, Audrey?
Okay, so now we've said hello. I forgot one very important person to say hello to. Hi, Christy. You're out there.
Yeah, Christy's out there, so hi.
Oh, wait.
She had such an amazing contribution.
Let me bring her on. Hey. And there she is. So, where have you been?
Hi.
Where have you been?
I thought it was an hour later, so I apologize.
Oh, dear.
Anyway, I'm here.
I was sitting here an
and Lara's already been sitting here a couple hours.
Sorry. Is this the pre-show or are we live?
No, we are.
We are live.
On the air.
You are definitely on the spot.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I guess so.
So anyway, I would like to take you back out
10 minutes ago.
What's that?
Was our official start time 10 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Okay, cut me loose so I can go play in the.
And cut loose she is.
I was sitting an hour and a half early, waiting for the show with a coffee, all so excited to get going and everything. And then I went back and read the time we were supposed to start. I was just like, really? And that's just.
God, I had to get up at 6 o'clock so I'd be ready for this. It's just like, Oh my God. I never get up at 6 o'clock anymore. Used to be easy to get up at 6, but I don't go to bed very early. And oh
I'm
dear.
always up at the butt crack of dawn, anyways.
It was nice to be able to have a cup of coffee and watch the daylight come. You know, it was dark when I finally sat down in the chair and
She watched the
and watched
sunrise.
everything light. Well, my house out my picture window faces north, and so I don't get to watch the sunrise.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, and it's probably a little too cold to actually go outside. So
Yeah, but don't you see the light starting to?
Oh, absolutely,
Like-
absolutely. Yeah, I just can't see the sun.
Yeah.
You know, it starts way up on the top of the hill and works its way down
Oh,
into
yeah.
my backyard. Well, or into the trees around the backyard. Actually, my backyard doesn't see very much sunshine. Anyway, so let's get on with this topic. You know, I don't feel like I'm parked or stuck either one. I think with everything, it's okay to be parked, you know, because we can take a break, you know, in all of our movements. And sometimes it's necessary for our own well-being to kind of park it for a bit. You know, if things are going wrong or something, in my opinion, that parking is okay sometimes. You know, it's when we get down in that rut and we can't get out, or you know, every time you try to start something, you run into a wall, or things go crazy, go wacko, or whatnot. I mean, I'm just jumping right in this, and let's talk about the problems for a bit. You know, I mean, I think we've all been there to where it's like constant. You just keep running into the wall, and how do we change that? And you know, how does that work on the big scale? How does that work in our transition? How, you know, or how does it not work in those things? I mean, some of us are early in transition. Some of us are not, you know, and are still just moving forward. To me, once you get kind of like so far, it's not even an issue anymore, you know, and so you just, you know, sometimes that's where we get stuck, just living life. So I'll listen to you two for a minute.
you want to go ahead?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Well, I agree with you. Sometimes I park. I take a break. I need to actually. It's very grounding, and it gives me time to kind of like take stock of things. So yeah, I think in a perfect world, I'll take a little bit of time every day to sort of park it, as you said. But in the bigger picture, sometimes like I can think of I needed to park my career for a while because I didn't know what I wanted to do when I grow up. I was sitting at 22, 23 years old, and I was like, what the heck am I going to do for the rest of my life? I tried all these different things and nothing was working, and life was a mess. And I remember consciously thinking, I'm just going to like park it for a little while. I don't think I used park it as a phrase, but I thought was meaning that. And it's funny because then someone came on my path, and out of the blue, this is how these things kind of seem to work, right? Out of the blue, there was someone suggesting something. Well, have you ever thought of surveying? And I went, have no idea what the heck is surveying anyways. I don't really know. Like, I ended up having a career in it. So parking myself opened the door to a career that brought me incredible joy and happiness. And that's just one example of something that happened long ago. And more recently, yeah, I mean, I think I got to a point where I had to park it and make a huge decision about coming out. For example, I for once mustered every ounce of courage I had, and in about a few short moments, I decided what I was going to do. That's all it took. I knew I had to do something, and I started with a little desperate prayer. And so, but how I got there is because I was stuck. I was unwilling to face my fears, look at the unknown. I was unwilling to, I was worried about what everybody else was doing. And if I was keeping up with them, I was worried about a million things in my stupid head, you know? It kind of froze me. I was frozen from that, being stuck like that. And I didn't even know that. That's a more recent realization that it had an impact on my life I could have never imagined. Oh, what happened? We lost her.
Yeah, she probably
Anyways.
had to go do something.
Yeah, she
Esmeralda
probably
moment.
did. So, you know, I don't want to, I mean, I think we can find a lot of things in common that we can talk about. And because I know, like, Casey, you're just starting a brand new career.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe just like me, I'm kind of hopeful for you that it's something that brings you the greatest joy and maybe a turning point in your life. So with that little cue,
Yeah.
I'm going to pass it on to you.
Yeah, I understand. It's for a long time I felt stuck too. You know, like you said, you know, always worrying about what everyone else was thinking and making sure that everyone else was being taken care of. And that was the problem. I was kind of stuck, but kind of parked. I don't. It may not necessarily be an easy thing to actually be, but I was somewhere in the middle there. It was like I wasn't necessarily parked. The car was in gear, but I'm in a mud rut and I'm just spinning those tires. Um, and there's just so many different things going on that I didn't have the ability to focus on the one thing that really mattered, and that was myself. Because if we don't put focus on ourselves, how can we help others? If we're not taking care of ourselves too. Hi. Um, and I had my turning point moment was an issue I had with some other people, and I realized I needed to go back and try therapy again. And it was my particular therapist who helped me come to terms, really, and accept it and help me begin the process of transition. I was actually like, it was a it was one of my various sessions where I told my therapist, I'm like, yeah, I based on all of the little clues in my life, I think this is the direction I need to go. And she gave me resources here, there, and everywhere, and got me on the path. And then the very next person I told was my wife, and it just kind of went from there. Um, but like that moment with my therapist was like someone taking a board and sticking it under the tire so I can get out of the mud. And sometimes that's what we need. Sometimes we need a little help. Sometimes we can't just do everything by ourselves. We may want to.
I think one of those big times when I was really stuck, it was just in a conversation, and I was still presenting mail, and this gentleman was over having a cup of coffee with me, and he just looked at me, and he threw his hat on the floor, and he says, "Damn it, you're one of the most negative sons of bitches I have ever met." And I was like, what, 15 years in recovery at the time, or thereabouts, give or take, and I thought about that, thought long and hard. My job was just kind of like pushed into a dead end. I hated it. I hated my boss. I hated everything. And the way it started changing was by this guy telling me how negative I was. I started looking at that and started changing, because there is a more positive way to live than piss everybody off with your negativity. And so that was the big breaking point for me, was when Bill said, "You're the most negative son of a bitch I've ever met." And that hurt my feelings. But, sometimes that's what friends do, is they call bullshit on us, and we can move past it. That's like my friend that I hike with all the time. She's constantly telling me, "Regina, you might want to rethink that a little bit," only she doesn't say it in quite those terms, but I love her for it. And she's one of the people that I talk to freely local, because I can trust her to tell me when something's screwed up. Yeah, and I'll listen to her where I won't listen to somebody else. I just get pissed off. And those are important things. How do we manage to get into the solution? And so,
we need those truth tellers in our lives. We need those people that hit us over the head with a 2x4, whether it's like with the most loving kindness or the most stark reality. Either way, we need a little bit of all of it, right? Because life should be finding a balance, But I've had a similar sort of experience. I don't think these things we're talking about are exclusive to us as trans women. I think this is totally like a human experience. We all have our own versions of it, and how we navigate it all, right? I just saw you flash across the screen.
Yeah, don't go down that path there.
No, I'm not going to comment on it, but I pictured it. It's one of the hardest things I have to do in my life today. There, I commented and I shouldn't have. And it's okay though. But are we stuck? Well, I've had times when I'm stuck and I just can't bring myself to do that. But little thing there, and and I have to push myself past it. The little things in life that we need, that we get stuck at, is insane. It's not always just the big things. Sometimes it's just 100 little things that, over the course of a day, we can just, what did you say, Regina? If we think negative, if we just look for reasons to be angry, then there's a good chance we're going to be angry.
Well, that's what's happening on a larger scale, is everybody's freaking angry.
Yeah.
And how do we bring that back? How do we get over that? Because you can't go out there and say, well, you're just angry, you're just a negative son of a bitch, and when you don't know the people, because that just makes them angrier. And how do we open up a conversation that's going to create unity when everybody's so angry and tries to other the other, you know, and to create everybody being divided? How do we get back to the solution? Excuse me. You know, there are, you know, we titled this program Love and Kindness because the three of us believe that that's the way back to the path. You know, because we can't really do anything on that big scale except to treat everybody in the world with love and kindness.
All life.
You know, and then to, you know, move forward. I mean, that is the path that we're trying to talk about. And so, you know, forgive me.
Take a breath.
No,
Forgive me. You know, I mean, we've talked about this some this week, and here I go down the path that I said I wasn't going to. And I don't really want to get off track, but that kind of behavior is unacceptable when you start trashing trans people on stage. When you proclaim that you're going to support the feminist TERFs, you've gone too far, you know. So enough said.
There's really no.
We all know who I'm talking about, but how do we get back to that love and kindness?
Well, to answer your question, Casey, you already gave us the answer, dear. You started off in your conversation sharing about it. I had to look at myself. I had to learn to love myself. I had to learn to be honest with myself. I had to learn to see my faults, my places where I might be a little stuck, where maybe I wasn't willing to, those difficult things that I might be kind of unwilling to look at.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I already love myself. I'm perfect, Lara.
Well, you know, there's layers to that, right? You're already perfect. Of course you are, Regina. Everybody here is perfect. Just as you are.
And I'm funny too. Oh my God.
Yeah. Are you gonna throw up some comments? And everybody in the chats, everybody who comments on your podcast here, everybody out there that is living a human experience are perfect. We just have to remember that and, you know, look at ourselves to see it.
You know, how do we open that pathway to positivity? How do we do this? You know, okay, love myself. I'm not sure that is, it's a start, but is it?
It's like opening a door,
or is it being in a rut, kind of, when that you don't go beyond that?
Well, it's a first step, right?
Yeah, first step is when you reach out to somebody else.
Oh, that's the second step. First, you love yourself, then you can love everybody else.
Are you writing all this down?
No, I'm taking notes. I need this for me too. I mean,
it's like that phrase you hear. That phrase that people say, how can you love me when you can't love yourself? Loving ourselves has to be first, because if we can't love ourselves, how can we honestly say we know what love is? And that's that's the foundation, loving yourself and being able to find that experience of understanding the difference.
Well, that's a good point. But here I am, a little over 60, well, actually a little over 50. I'm
49 and holding.
no, I'm
Plus
51. But here, what I've had to take a look at over the last 20 years or so is the fact that I was never. I don't believe I learned anything about love as a child. You know, my parents, I don't think loved each other. I'm not sure they had the time or energy to love us kids all that much. And so we get thrown out into the wild world, and we don't know anything about love. And there's so many people in this world that have that whole problem. Is how do I know if I'm loving myself? You know, am I, you know, what is love? And so, you know, I wonder about this a lot because I sit and I say, love everybody. You know, well, what is loving everybody? Well, it's being freaking kind. You know, that's how you're going to love everybody. And then, you know, you're going to feel connected, and you're going to, and you're going to, I want to comment on Christie's deal here. Is everyone angry because their needs are not being met and they're frustrated? I don't know the answer, but, you know, I mean, why is everybody angry?
It's a choice, right? But it's
It
based
really
in,
is. It really is a choice.
like,
You know,
we
we can choose to be angry. We can choose not to be.
don't see that we're actually choosing that, and we don't realize we have a choice. So we are stuck at kind of a crossroads. It could happen every minute of a day or every hour, every day. It can happen, you know, at the beginning of our childhood when our parents didn't know how to share and teach us how to love. Like you said, they weren't able to share it themselves.
Right.
You know, I like what Christy shared.
You like what?
I like what Christy shared. It's true.
Yeah.
You know, if we don't feel like we're seen or loved, we can react with an element of anger over time. It just fuels itself.
Well, there's a key word right there is to react, because what we need to do is learn how to respond instead of react. You know, I mean, there's all these things around us that we don't have to react to, you know, I mean, that we don't like, and we have emotions that are negative towards that. But if we take the time to mindfully think it through and respond as opposed to react on Aubrey's deal, because, you know, one of my most burning bush moments was coming to the realization that I am right where I need to be, or right where I'm supposed to be. Wherever we are there, you know, and so, you know, if you're like struggling with something, there's a lesson to be learned here. And when you start accepting it as a lesson, I think that we start turning things around and being able to turn it, put a positive spin on it, and come out okay. Oh, thank God, Sarah here is here. My friend Sarah. Love you, sweetie. Yay!
Hi, Sarah. There's another element to this too, Regina. Denial.
Because I woke Simone up here. She's angry because she hasn't had coffee yet. She had something else up here that I liked, but I lost it.
Mm-hmm. See, everybody in the chats has so many different little perspectives on all these things, and each one is interesting and a part of the bigger picture, right? We all have our place in the
Right.
circle, as they say. But like, if we deny within ourselves that there's any issue to look at, are we ever going to see that we're stuck? Are we ever going to know that we need to park? Or are we parking our, putting our life on hold by denial? Are we, if we live in, like so many people have made up a little box that they put their beliefs in, and that's where they're housed, and there's a denial of letting anything back, like expand the box or enlighten the box, if you will.
Mhm.
We get stuck in one frame of thinking, and there's often a lot of energies that we put towards keeping that box just the way it is, so that nothing changes our point of view. I'm trying to find a nice way to say something it's a difficult thing to say, but a point of view is a point of view is a point of view. It's not the whole story.
Mhm.
There's so much out there in the world where, what's left, what's right, what's center, and you hear the views of people who are this group or that group, or we have many different names for these different things. You can call them church, you can call them all kinds of things, but at the base of it, we have our safe little box that we're in. We feel comfortable in that box. Are we willing, or are we in denial of even trying to understand a different perspective on what we think we know?
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, I thought I knew lots until I realized I didn't know nothing. And then I think I'm always going to be the student. I'm always going to be learning. It's like Audrey said a little while ago, I'm a work in progress.
Mhm.
I like this that Aubrey says, I'm not yet what I can be. I'm not all that I will be, but thank goodness I'm not what I used to be. That's a indication that Aubrey is not stuck in her personal life. Being able to say I'm not all that I will be, because we do learn, as you were saying, open books. I mean, we're still open to learning, and that I think is one of the coolest things ever is
We have a saying I've been hearing lots lately. Creator Miguel.
I gotta step aside here for a minute. So
yeah, so we have
keep
we'll
going.
be right here, Regina.
I'll be sitting here listening, but I gotta do something. Bye-bye.
We have a saying, Creator, help me to be the teacher and the student. Help me to remember that I'm a part of this circle and I have a gift to share and an obligation to respect others and their path, that I don't judge them on their path. But, the bottom line is we're all teachers. We all have something beautiful that we can share. We also have a lot to learn, because this is a pretty abundantly complicated world we live in. We certainly can't have a grasp of every living thing that's out there and understand it all. I mean, I can't. I don't know. What do you think, Casey? Do you have thoughts on this?
it's I don't know, it's just it's a really like it can be a rather complicated thing. I I don't really know. I my thoughts are really like everywhere on that, so it's difficult for me right now to like pinpoint something specific. But yeah, I just don't. I'm kind of at a loss for words on this one. It's
Well, isn't that part of like what you're sort of describing? I think I get the same way. I kind of look at everything that's out there, and like I was reading a lot of news, a lot of watching lots of sound bites this week about when I had a chance, and it all just got a little confusing, and I couldn't really put my finger on how it made me feel, and I didn't know if I should, how I should, if I should even respond to it. But it was just more of a, how do I feel about all those things? I mean, sometimes the best response is no response, and sometimes we need to chime in, but it all gets a little confusing sometimes. We don't always have clarity in our life. Sometimes we're just, well, I'm back to what Regina started with. Sometimes I just need to take a pause.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Definitely.
That silence can be deafening, though. Have you ever tried to just sit silently, and it was so loud, that silence, that it was like almost scary?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Regularly.
Yeah. I remember I had a house. I was like a house mother at the time. I had like 7 or 8 people living there, and I did it so that I could afford to have a place to live. I couldn't afford my own place. But I found myself, after a couple of years of living comfortably that way, with the house empty and just by myself, I was scared.
Mhm.
I was scared of being by myself. I was comfortable with everybody around and all the thoughts and everything that was going on. Now I found myself alone in the house. The silence was deafening to me. It was utterly fearful to me. It was kind of like a base element of something I needed to, maybe a first time I ever actually looked at me. I remember sitting there going, well, what do I really need to be, to be happy? Am I going in the right direction right now? Maybe there's something I need to change. And one of my friends, just like Regina said, either hit me over the head with a 2x4, says the most obvious thing. And it took me like 3 months living alone before I accepted that silence and was comfortable with myself. Came to that point where I let everything go and said, I'm just going to be happy inside myself. Well, it was maybe the first time I ever truly tried to let myself be happy with myself. It was a big deal. Yeah. I don't know why I just went into that, but anyways, you're back, Regina.
My thoughts. I am paying attention to something else. I didn't hear a word you said. I'm sorry. So go ahead, Casey. There's something else going on.
The silence. Oh yeah. The silence it can be deafening, but sometimes that silence is what we need, because sometimes we need that silence when we have like hundreds of things going on all the time. and we're always just in constant state of go, 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 sometimes that silence is what we need to kind of bring our focus back and
Yeah.
retune ourselves to what's going on so that we can come back with a clear head and get back into things. And sometimes it's that silence that shows us a truth of sort. It shows us a truth of sorts, and that is sometimes what we need to be able to answer the really rough questions, like like pondering over our identity or orientation, or even what we're having for dinner. It's sometimes we just need that silence to bring it back together, so that we don't ourselves get lost in the fray.
Get lost in the fray. I think I can do that, and I know I've done that. I just get so busy running around trying to keep up with everybody that I forget about, in a way, what you're talking about there. It always brings me back home when I take that moment to do that, or that little bit of time. Kind of grounds
What
me.
we need.
We need that. Yeah, I think we do. So it's it's interesting. You kind of led sort of into, I don't know if it's time. Regina's going to let us know when it's time for a reading, but I know it's my turn for a reading, so my mind keeps returning to what I wanted to read, and it's a passage from the original Clan Mothers book that I'm reading. And this particular month, the story in it is about a woman who lost herself in all her activities and forgot about having love in her life and loving herself. And the gift that she receives is an awareness that allows her to bring that into her life, opens the door to it. And she finds it in two gifts that come to her. Two children who are artistically inclined. Not autistically, but artistically inclined young, amazing little creatures. And they bring love into her life, and they show her. Those children show her how to love. And I don't know, what you were just saying kind of brought me to think about that. So I'm not going to read it yet, but that's a little teaser about maybe what I'm going to read.
What?
No, you want me to read? I didn't know if you were even listening to us. I thought you were busy reading all the comments and everything.
I'm trying to take care of business here, so
I know,
I
you
should have
sound so
removed myself. So like, go ahead. I mean, you've built up to it, and you might as well read it now, because we're bogged down. Go read.
Okay,
Yep,
I'll
go
read.
ahead.
Hopefully you all like this. So I'm just gonna. This is the book I'm reading from. It's called. And there's a picture for this. There's a different grandmother for each month, and right now we just finished reading a chapter on Okay, so I'm going to hold this up so you can see.
Just read it, Lara.
I just want to see. This is the clan mother of Weaves the Web. And right at the end, the last page and a half or so, 2 pages, Weaves the Web realized that her heart's hidden desire had brought the dream of having loving, artistic children into her life. As the warming moons approached, the clan mother found herself weaving future dreams that included her niece and nephew, sharing the magic of creating a life full of rich potential. Daily, Weaves the Web returned thanks for the fullness she felt in being privileged to observe the children's growth and joyful self-expression. She forgot what it had been to pass winters alone in the silence, with only her pots, crafts, toys, and company. One sleep during the warming moon, the voice of the Earth Mother permeated Weaves the Web's dream. Daughter of my spirit, hear my voice. The gift you have given yourself in the form of those 2 children is a gift of the dream weaver. Grandmother Spider, you will nurture these children into adulthood. You will share their exuberance and their tears. You will find yourself reflected in them. You observe them passing through the cycles of growth and change. These memories are the living treasures that every mother carries inside her heart. While they grow, the children will also use their creativity to test your authority, to test your wisdom, to test your resolve, knowing that they need a firm hand as well as a loving aunt to teach them how to destroy limitations through using their self-expression and creativity. The clan mother thought of all the times she had shown the youngsters how to make something new from a pot or a toy that did not turn out as it should. Creation and destruction could always be reinvented if one used imagination. Weaves the Web took the Earth Mother's words of wisdom to heart, making note in the dream to remember all she heard and perceived. When the Earth Mother continued, she had birthed her heart's hidden desires. Through weaving your dreams with the invisible webs of the creative force, you created a loving family circle that will teach the circles of every other life form when life's experiences are shared. I'll skip to the last paragraph. Weaves the Web silently thanked the great mystery for allowing her to express the beauty found in being a mother of the creative force. Her path would grow and change along with the lives of her children. Every object she had ever created was an extension of her love and self-expression, each having a purpose and a mission of serving. Her children would find their own purposes and missions through their individual forms of self-expression. As the keeper of survival instincts, the clan mother realized that she had created a way for the wisdom of love she carried in her heart to be passed on, something that always survives the test of time, because she had woven a web of creation that allowed her to give life to her dreams and her heart.
Cool. There you go. We've got a guest
Very
waiting in
powerful.
the wings here.
Oh, do we?
Yeah. Well, let's welcome our old
Oh,
friend.
wow. Hi, everybody. I didn't know you were going to
She's
pop
like
in here.
rolling up at the
Hi.
one there. Oh, my stars. What are you up to, my dear?
I was lighting incense. I was grooving out to Laura's what Laura was sharing, and so I was lighting incense for the mother
Oh,
and for all of us. Yay!
Yay.
Hi,
hi.
it was so nice to see you, all you.
Yeah, it's so good that
Great.
you're here.
Oh, I'm
Thanks for
so glad.
dropping in.
Yeah, thank you for sending me a link. How is everybody?
Oh, frazzled. I am just
Frazzled?
frazzled.
This
Yeah.
10 a.m. start. I woke up just at 10.
Well, you look marvelous for having just woken up an hour ago.
Oh my
It
God.
took me 4 hours to get to here.
Oh, you guys look wonderful. Well, this is great. This is a great new time. This is awesome. It's a little early for me, but you know,
Yeah.
But, there was somebody else. Simone was kind of whining about her anger with the time and the coffee missing and whatnot. But I'll talk to her later.
Yeah. No, so this is great. This is great.
This is my time. I love this morning time. Well, it's actually after lunch now, but I'm a morning person, so.
Well, yeah, for
I'm
the
on-
East Coast, it's perfect for the East Coast.
Well,
Definitely.
and I think it's pretty good for Europe too. I was thinking
Europe,
Jessica
too?
Dean would be here because she's in Ireland, and
It's going to take a little while for people to catch up to the new time slot and and find a way to fit it in.
Yeah, and I think it'd be great too, because I hopefully if my brain is working okay, migraine wise, next Friday, this is an exclusive. Next Sunday, I'm gonna have a Halloween live stream.
Oh,
Next Sunday at 5. So I'll send you guys a message before your show, and then you can tell people that they can come and play at 5.
are you going to be
that'd
pulling?
be wonderful. So next Sunday, yeah,
Because actually Halloween lands on a Sunday, like the following Sunday. So
so the following weekend we should be.
you guys can be dressed up for. You guys can have a Halloween. You
Yeah.
guys can be dressed up for
Oh,
Halloween.
would that be fun?
if
I
you want
haven't
to.
thought about
We
it.
can have our own Halloween party on Halloween.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, for Halloween.
And it's in that I think I did a live stream on that one time. I called Halloween the gateway to the transgender woman. You know what I mean? Like it's like I did something like that. Play on that.
Yeah.
Because I think for me a lot of stories that I heard growing up was that was our first taste of our authentic being, because my mom used to always dress me as Miss Canada when I was like, and the first time she did it, I was like, oh my God, I felt, and then so every year I wanted to be that after that.
Don't so many of us just use Halloween as a backdrop to be authentic, even if we're hiding?
Because it's safe to explore all that. Yeah.
I did it. I remember I was like, I don't know, 15 or 14. I was 14. And we got it. My sister and I decided we wanted to dress like the Three Musketeers. I was the woman and she was one of the musketeers. So we went and rented a fancy costume and everything.
Well, you were like the damsel in distress.
Yeah, exactly. It was amazing.
That's great. The gateway drug. I wonder how many people are going to be able to express themselves
Well,
this year.
yeah.
Thank goodness. That's great. How are you, Casey? Where's your bumblebee? Isn't your little sweetheart zipping around
Oh,
here?
yeah.
Is
She's
she?
over here on the side.
Okay, good.
Oh,
Hi.
yeah.
That's great. So I just wanted to bring some love in and say hi, and just
Oh, it's great to see you.
I'll try not to
It
cause
is.
any trouble.
Too late.
No,
Too late.
too late. You already did. It's good trouble though. We were getting stuck, so we needed someone to come and shake it.
Well,
up
yeah,
for
I
us.
was hearing as I was preparing myself, just rushing around, just getting coffee and stuff. It's like I heard what you guys were talking about, And I know that I know you guys don't want to talk about this, or you talked about not talking about it, but it is kind of like the elephant in the room right now on social media and stuff. And I had
like all I read all week.
I posted a couple long form TikToks on my YouTube, and there's an amazing Black woman, American woman from called Rin Star. She's amazing. If you don't follow her, Rin RYNN Star
More
STAR.
notes. I've been note taking all day. So
Yeah, and it was.
Rin
I put the link on my on the video that I put up about her that she did on my channel, and she's got a YouTube channel called Wordy and Nerdy. And
Wordy
I
and
like
nerdy.
that.
Wordy and Nerdy, and she's so cool, and she's so smart, and she's like only 28, and she's like, oh my god, she's so great. She's one of my great teachers that I'm learning from on TikTok, and she summed up the whole thing really great because it just comes down to that we're not ready. It's like when when people joke about something, you say too soon. It's too fucking soon.
Yeah.
It's too soon to even think that you could talk about, like, you're talking about people that survived, like we're living, and I don't want to take the Black experience away from the Black experience, but it's like we really, where I'm looking at it, we're really living in a kind of like a Jim Crow era of trans stuff, where it's like we're gaslighted into accepting a certain way because they'll sort of let us be here. You know what I mean?
Right.
And all this shit.
Yeah.
But we're still disenfranchised. We're still lack access to healthcare. We still, there's so much, so many people think we shouldn't even exist. So that's the bottom line. And what infuriated me too is that he talked about his friend Daphne. Well, Daphne reached out to me on YouTube, on Facebook, and we were friends on Facebook. And then she unalived herself. I did a little video about that on TikTok, and I put it up on YouTube yesterday. And she unalived herself right after the last special that she did with Dave Chappelle. I can't remember exactly how it worked, like if she was a writer on it, or I think she opened for him a few times or something like that.
Yeah,
but they were
They
were acquaintances, right? And then so she was this is my perspective, is that she was gaslit to accepting, that this person was, because and I understand that. I understand that because I remember the breadcrumbs that people used to give me of acceptance, that I would just be like lapping up.
The breadcrumbs,
like in the 70s and the 80s, like it's like, it's like, don't worry, it's like you're cool, I accept you. It's like, you look like a woman. It's like you're okay, type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, and I was going, oh, thank you. You know what I mean? I can live, and it's like, and I can go, another, a level on the video game, type of thing. It's just crazy. And we gaslight ourselves into dimming our light, and that's and I don't know exactly why Daphne unalived herself, but she did right after she was violently attacked by our community, like she was verbally, like online, because of she was defending him, but it was like a gaslit person defending somebody, and it's like she couldn't really you could see it happening. And so unfortunately, she unalived herself right when that happened. And that's the tragedy. And I think that's the piece that I want to put into the light, is that how we, let's not settle.
Yeah.
Let's not settle.
That sounds a lot like kind of the topic we've had going here.
Oh, good.
Are we stuck or are we parked? When it comes to those kind of things, I really relate to it. Jump ahead to now in my life, there's places where I initially felt like there was some give towards me, there was some acceptance and all that sort of good stuff, but it kind of came with a cost.
Yeah,
Barbara
just said that. She goes, as Barbara Ann just said, yes, as long as we live stealth, they're okay with us. Yeah, exactly. Like that's how it was.
That's right. Yeah.
But now we're realizing, and even I'm realizing, because I've been gaslit, that it's like, and over the last 4 years, is that, you know, you can be trans and not even fucking transition. It's like, but you're still trans.
Mhm.
It's like a cis person, you know, you're always cis. You know what I mean? It's like, even if you can't, if it is not safe for you to transition, you're still trans.
They're still really at the base of it refusing to see us, to acknowledge us
Mhm.
in a way that truly accepts us as the people we are. You know, they're putting us in a new box. They painted it with the nice colors and everything, and
And we don't fit.
we don't fit in that box either. Is there really a box any of us would fit in? I
No,
don't
because
think
we're
so.
all like snowflakes. We're all humans. We're all different. We all come in different sizes. You know, we're
Right.
wonderful. We're assholes. We're, you know, sexy. We're butch. We're feminine. We're everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm all of those things. I'm butch.
Of
I'm
course you.
feminine. I'm an asshole.
Isn't that a
I was
song?
waiting for that.
Isn't that a song?
I don't have any hope to be out there in the world completely stealth mode. I don't see that ever happening.
But that's what we're trying to break down, is like that whole stealth bullshit is bullshit. Like it's the patriarchy on top of all of that that's made us fucking think that we have to be like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Sorry, I'm
have
saying way
found-
too many.
You know, I mean, it already came up here in the chat, and I didn't pull it out, but because of our voices, you know, I mean, somebody was whining.
Okay, sorry, I'll talk up here now.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, do you?
My name's Opal. That was my first name I used. It was Opal, and I talked up here, and I wondered why everybody was looking at me.
Oh, well, thank you for this.
This is who I am. Anyway,
I love it. Nice to be here.
hey, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
11/11.
It's great to see you, and we'll see you in your new
Oh my
show.
God, we can have an 11/11 moment every week.
You can have an 11/11 moment. Oh my God.
Yeah, wow.
Double hockey sticks.
Namaste.
Oh Lord.
Oh no, that would be no, that's not okay. Sorry.
A spirit moment.
I'm so
11/11.
excited. I'm so filled being with you people. This is Bunker Lady year 2, and she's like, I've been feeling like I've been going mad. It's like you know that movie Groundhog Day. It's like I'm really feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Like really feeling it.
I might have to watch that someday.
Don't you feel like it? Don't you find that this pandemic and how everything's like more shut down? Don't you feel like these days are just gone by, like just, you know?
The days
They're
are going really
flying.
fast. I can't believe that we're like almost to year 2, you know, starting our 3rd year with this.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
2 more
wait.
months.
Can I
You know,
shift?
this whole year is less than I figured out that it was only about 60 days, 63 days to be exact, to the solstice, you know, to the
Yay.
yes, yeah, that's
Which is
huge
solstice.
up here in the North Country, because the days start getting longer again.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, God, and 60 more days, it'll be dark at 4 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And the further north you are, like where Lara is, probably 3:30 or 3.
Well, they move the time so that it's, I don't know, it stays more within our waking hours that we.
Oh my
usually-
God. Listen to us, the 3 old ladies talking about the weather and the time, and Casey sitting there
Okay,
going,
Casey, save us, please. Come on, shine some
So,
light on
Casey,
our
have you
dull
talked about?
lives.
Have you guys chatted about Casey's new? Have you shared about that your new thing in your life that's happening to you?
My job.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking
Yeah.
about it? You're open to it? And congratulations.
You know, you should like wake up a little earlier and catch what happened at the first of the show.
Oh, sorry.
You know, she came on and talked at length about
Okay,
her new
good.
job.
Well,
And,
congratulations.
and
Congratulations.
we
That's so
even
great.
ran. We even stumbled over running a banner for a long time. Ash is here. Hi, Ash. It's good
Hi,
to see you.
Ash. Ash Shabayu. Hi, sweetie.
Oh gosh.
Oh, Simone's here. I will live in darkness. Thank God I have electricity. She's here.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
You made it. Oh, weren't you saying that? Oh no, it was Sarah.
I sent her a message and said, wake the hell up.
Okay.
I sent her a private message. Where are you? You know, and so
Are my corns aching yet? I'm not that old.
whose corn's aching? You know, what's up with that?
My corn. They're called bunions in Canada.
Well, I like when you throw up all these comments from the chats, Regina. It's like we have an extra.
Yes. It's like it's like one of your guests.
Hey, sweetie.
Yeah.
Where have you been as well? Good to see you. And oh my
it's
God.
so nice just to pop on and not have to do any of the bullshit. So thank you.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I got hung up doing the bullshit there, and
Am nomine Padre Spiritu Sancti.
oh my God, it's difficult when you're trying to watch stuff and something is going askew in the chat room and you know and I'm trying to pay attention and wanky and it just.
So now we have to get dressed up for a Halloween show. Is that what you're trying to tell us, Marty?
I'm just stating the facts. I'm not saying what you got to do. I'm just saying it's Halloween that day.
I don't know.
I don't know if I have
the
anything.
discussion.
Yeah, 2 weeks from today
2
is
weeks.
Halloween on our show, and next weekend is Halloween on Marty's
Yeah.
at 5 o'clock Pacific.
You could
Do
celebrate.
you
it
have
twice.
your guest list?
Well, I know that you're coming on, and then I have and I'm having Valerie. Valerie is this young woman, a young woman from Paris. She lives in Paris, and she's 23 and she's fabulous. And she's so I'm going to get her to come on, and we've become really good friends over the pandemic. And then Alexia, that DJ Alexia.
Oh,
She doesn't know yet, but she's going to come on.
Hopefully, yeah.
And then Amanda Han has a new movie out on Lifetime on the 18th. That's tomorrow. Called the Fight That Never Ends, and it's on Lifetime. And I thought, for some reason, it was going to be, a Hallmark kind of cheesy thing. And I've been watching the trailers, and it's around the Rodney King riots, and
it's a bona fide, like a real movie.
It's a real movie on Lifetime, yeah.
Oh,
And she's on it.
cool.
She was part. I think she was one of the producers or something. Yeah.
Wow.
So check that out.
Oh, she's one of the producers. She's not an actress in it.
She's acting too. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
cool.
okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's a busy girl.
Oh my stars! That'd be good to see
when
her.
she's not getting in trouble for something.
Oh dear.
Well, she's toned down her TikTok. If you haven't seen it, like she's been doing this, come join me down the byways and highways, and she's like, and I'm going, you don't fool me, you're gonna crack, I know it, you're gonna something's gonna make you snap, and it's starting to happen.
I don't know. I don't look too often at the TikTok things, except when they pass through when someone shares them on I see yours on my news feed and Facebook.
I'm powerless over
Yeah.
TikTok. My life is unmanageable. There, I said it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You're
said it.
addicted.
I'm addicted. I'm fucking addicted. It's
Oh,
crazy.
God.
I'm
Oh,
learning
my
so much. I'm
stars.
learning
How
so
can
much.
that happen?
Because I'm learning so much too. Like the younger generation of, and I'm talking anybody under 40. You know what I mean? Like it's like, to really to even late teens. Like there's some really amazing, powerful voices out there, and there's these small sound bites, so you can kind of really vet them quickly. You know what I mean?
I think you have a gift to do that. To make those little sound bites, you have the perfect personality to do that. I don't know. I'm not funny like I don't have those.
But
fast
you know what?
words.
You know what I'm addicted to is finding these little, watching all of these things, and then following the ones that give me that heart buzz. And then it's like and they're talking and they're really moving the needle on issues and stuff, but in a real smart, funny sometimes, or a really intellectual way. So I'm finding a lot of great teachers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm sharing them on YouTube a lot, like as I'm, and then
The nerdy wordy.
yeah, Nerdy Wordy. She's amazing. She's got almost about 1 million followers. She's from
I squirm in my chair, nervously waiting to watch your next one, so that I know it's gonna like touch a chord, or there's gonna be something interesting about it, or it's gonna be a hot subject. I get nervous even looking at your things.
That's good.
Well, yeah, it is. I need to get shaken up.
We all do.
Mm-hmm.
So
Shaken, not stirred.
we're
Steak
like
and not
starting to run out of time here.
Oh yeah.
And so, Marty, let me ask you a question. Since you're here,
Well,
Yeah.
sure.
when you have been stuck, when you're in that rut, what did you do to get out of it? What's the solution? What was your solution to the problem?
Well, it's funny because like I was just sharing that because I feel like I am stuck. Like I feel, in some way, and I think, and of course, I think that the magic elixir for me, the alchemy of like talking to people, other people, is the main thing. Is the main thing. Just be discussing it with others, talking with others. I've cultivated some really great confidants, and even social media present that I can feel safe to explore and get feedback back at it, because it's really important for me to not isolate.
Right.
I think that's when I'm stuck, because sometimes being stuck, it's like you said, like, are we parked, or are we, what was it? Are we parked, or
Are we parked, or are we stuck?
Yeah,
are we in a
sometimes-
rut, or are we just resting?
yeah, and sometimes it's like we have to stay put. It's kind of like I think everybody's sort of feeling that with fall, especially in the northern hemisphere. It's like it's just this natural time of reflection. We're going. Everything's going to seed. You know what I mean? And it's like, and so it really is this hibernation. It kind of does feel like I'm parked, and I'm actually really glad that I've read the title of your show. You guys talked about it, because it made me realize, yeah, I guess I am just parked, and I'm healing. I'm healing, like another level of healing before I can move forward again.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is still moving forward. Even
Right. I mean, just it's like being reflective.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Well, the leaves falling, that teaches us about letting go.
Yeah.
And what comes after the winter? It's our imagination time, a time when we can dream, time when we can share stories. And yeah, we might be,
Get cozy.
cuddled up in our cozy blankets. I got to get my blanket going too. Yeah, see. Then we can sit and we can cuddle up close, and we can like grab our tea or our coffee or our hot chocolate. And okay, yeah. So pretty soon we're into that time, and we can start sharing stories.
Yeah.
Our
And I
life
think
lessons.
That's
So I'm
innately
gonna have
in
to
us.
start
That-
coming to this in my pajamas and with a blanket.
Yeah, just do it. Yeah, it's like just
Yeah.
whatever.
This
The
is my
heck with
comfort.
getting dressed up. I mean, but I like putting a dress on and otherwise I'm in looking shitty all the time.
Well, it's Sunday now. See, we got a Sunday morning show. You can like get on with your pajamas on, and it's okay.
Yeah.
She
Like
has
when
a
Honey,
Like-
I don't think anybody wants to see my
no. Well,
pajamas.
Marty has a PJ party every once, or you were once a month, right? And now,
Yeah.
so we have a morning show, so we could have the morning. You can before you get dressed and run out the door. This is me, where I'm at,
Well, it's
like
a
in my
possibility.
kimono,
So
looking like Hazel.
let's, Casey, what's the solution?
Loving ourselves.
I can't hear you.
Loving ourselves.
Loving
I
ourselves.
second.
Okay.
Loving herself.
Positivity with me. Being positive. So communicate that positivity, love, and be kind. Be kind to those that we're not sure about.
But don't take no shit though.
Exactly.
We don't have to take no stinking gaslighting.
No.
Mm.
But
We,
everybody that does that, that it's that old adage, like it's like if anything that's bugging me, or people that are making videos about me or something like that, it's like it all just makes me dig deeper for compassion and all that stuff. It just makes me do that. So it's all good. It's just when you get. Yeah, it's all good when it doesn't, sometimes it doesn't feel good when it's first happening, when you have to set boundaries. Like I've had to let a lot of people go during the pandemic that were just lost their shit. Right.
Mhm.
And, but I can't, sorry, I love you, but bless and release. That's what I call it.
Right. I mean, there's no point in hanging around with people that make you uncomfortable.
No.
And I've made so many new kind of relationships that sprang from that emptiness that was left after.
Bingo.
Like here we are now.
Right.
Unstucking ourselves.
Look at all of you. You guys are just chatting away. It's like when I first met you guys, you were all like, "Oh, I can't do it. Oh my god, I'm scared." And it's like
I couldn't
I
possibly have
never
done
said
it.
that.
and now you guys are like just like, look at you. I'm so
Chatty
proud
old-
of you. This is
Wow.
great.
I hope everybody likes it that comes and visits us and listens to our chats. And
Well, I'll promote the shit out of it on my end for you guys for the new time and stuff. So I think it's great, and I think it's a great bumper thing. So if I do mine in the evening on a Sunday, that way it would just be a really great rounded day, especially when we go into the holiday seasons and stuff, because that's when we really need it. Yeah.
yes,
Definitely.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Holidays can get really emotional.
Yeah, absolutely, and lonely. Yeah.
And,
Yeah, lonely. So anyway, let's wrap this up. I mean,
Sure. Are you gonna do a meditation or something?
no, I'm just
Okay.
going to say adios.
Oh, adios,
Vaya con Dios.
my darling.
I love that
Viga
song.
Wagamine, we shall see you
Oh.
all again.
So anyway, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of this. Oh my stars! I've hardly talked at all today. I think I need a soliloquy or something here. Of boom, here I am.
No, it's like when I got up, I turned you on. I put you in my house coat pocket. And I was running around brushing my teeth and stuff, and you were talking.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh,
Sorry,
oh,
I'm-
no,
You've shared lots, Regina. Don't worry.
So let's check in with everybody. We
Yeah.
got more jammies. Barbara Ann. I live in my nightgown till I have to go out for the day.
I don't think I've ever seen Barbara Ann before. Hi, Barbara Ann.
She's been around here for a while.
Okay.
You just need to tune in more here in our friend's show, Sarah Showgirl.
That's
Oh,
Sarah.
wait.
Yeah.
How'd that come up? I wanted this one to show.
Wow, hubba.
I don't-
Look at that. She looks like Nico from the Velvet Underground.
See,
Or like-
Sarah wants to see you in the PJs too.
Oh, there we go.
What's that?
Sarah wants to see you on have a
Oh yeah.
PJ party
Well,
too.
she's no, never mind. Violin.
Au revoir. Oh, violin. Is that how you say it?
And
Is that how you say it? Violin?
Vulin.
Vulin. Oh my
Violin,
God.
yeah.
Sorry, Vulin. You've been like
Really
such a great support for like years, and I hatchet your name. Oh my God, that
amazing.
cat! I had a cat like that with those color eyes. Aw.
Yeah, there's what is that?
Really?
Are there blue? Are there two different
What?
colors?
Yeah. It's an English breed.
Oh yeah.
It's sad if someone have put others down to feel good about themselves and make themselves look good. So true. So true. Love this time. There we go. There's talking about
Hi, Samantha. Hi,
Hi,
Sammy.
Samantha. I haven't chatted with you lately, but
She's a wonderful
always have a
support.
good thought.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be a great time.
Oh,
this
not
day.
Nico, please.
Okay. How about Mary from Peter, Paul, and Mary,
Oh,
like from the '60s? I think Nico was really cool. Anyway, it's a good thing. It was a good thing coming from my head.
It's still a gorgeous picture, even if it's an old one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I got stuck on YouTube and now back to my writing where I belong, and good stuff is coming together there,
Oh,
going
that's
back. So the
good.
book project is going well. So it
Oh,
sounds
that's fabulous.
yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Oh, so did we miss anybody?
I don't know.
I don't know. Aubrey said goodbye a long time ago.
Oh, did she leave?
Cats. Yeah, she had to go bartend.
KO kitty cats.
Christy is talking to I get better understanding of myself. You know, that's what I've really figured out is like this format, you know, talking with people around the world, you know, really kind of opens up perspective as to what everybody, I mean, how we're all similar and yet different. And
Yeah.
those are all good. Oh my God. Crap on my screen and it looks like I'm wearing one of those moles. You guys can't see it. I can.
No, I can't. You just look
There,
perfect. I
there,
can't
it's
see
gone.
what you're
Oh,
talking about.
oh, that's so much better now. Anyway, sorry. Okay,
Yeah.
let's wrap this up, kids.
Well, this was fun.
Well, it has been fun. Thank you so much for coming on today, my dear.
It's awesome to see you, Marty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks
definitely.
for inviting.
Well,
Thanks
it
for
was
the
my
incense.
pleasure. You know, I miss talking to you weekly. Of course, we do several times a week, but
Yeah.
so, but it's nice to have you on the show. So I'll share you with everybody for a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes, it's nice to get another taste of the glorious wisdom that you bring that you brought to our lives.
Yeah, I'm just sharing what I've seen over the years. I guess it's nice to be able to do that, to be able to exchange with everybody like that. It really is. Yeah, it makes it all that it's not all for naught type of thing, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, you can get rid of me, and then you guys can say bye together and finish your show.
Okay.
She usually
Hey,
just puts us all in the
bye-bye,
little-
sweetie. We'll talk again
We'll see
soon.
you.
Love you.
Love you too. Take
Hugs.
care.
Bye, everybody.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Great day.
So, say your bits, kids. Say your bits.
So
I
Yeah. this was fun, as always.
I enjoyed it. I feel like Marty said, we're kind of comfortably chatting a little more with each passing show. And I don't know, we get sidetracked when we're having our little chats during the week before the show, but it all seems to just come together like it's supposed to. I hope, anyways, I hope people are enjoying it, and we wouldn't even be able to do this without all the people that are viewing, sharing with us.
So true. So true.
So I love you all. Well,
All right. We'll see you later.
mhm.
I'm removing you.
Okay.
So it's Casey's turn.
Yes, as always. You are valid. You are loved. And even if it seems like it, just know that you're not alone. We may not necessarily be physically next to each other, but we're always here. And we love you.
All right.
Ta-ta now.
Hey, we'll talk to you later too. And bye-bye. And so this concludes our show for today. Thank each and every one of you for tuning in, and come back next week when we do this all over again with a whole new topic. And oh my gosh, what a great, I kind of like the morning thing going on, and I've got time to go do stuff today. So love you all, and we will talk again soon. And our little outro. Bye-bye. Love you.